Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about a serious matter of something that just occurred. And what I want you to know is it is definitely in the stars. What is going on in the world and what is happening in Australia. Now, I just finished my world predictions for the year of 2026. And by the way, you can purchase that on my website, galacticcenter.org. But I went over all the different countries. And one thing I did say when I covered Australia is Australia needs to be careful of attacks. They have to be careful of, I thought it could be people coming into the country and attacking, such as just foreigners or the people that alien people come in and try to take over Australia. Now, what I'm talking about is this December 14th attack. I am actually doing this video on the 14th, and I just brought up the planets to see how they were affecting the country's chart of Australia. And I just wanted you to see that there is a dead-on aspect that represents violence. Now, anytime I'm looking for violence and anything with weapons, guns, bombs, knives, anything that's a weapon, you look for Mars in a chart. And boy, did they have a Mars aspect. Let me scoot over and show you the chart for Australia. And wow, could this be averted? You know, my big theory with astrology is that's why you want to know it, because you can avert things. Okay, putting up the chart for Australia and putting up the chart of where the planets are transiting on the day of the attack. What we do with transiting planets is where the transiting planets are where the planets are in the sky. So on December 14th, Mars sat at 5 degrees, 1 minute of Sagittarius at the exact time of the attack. So looking over in the Australia chart, notice where Rahu sits. 4 degrees, 31 minutes. That means that Mars was less than 1 degree on top of Rahu, because it's 4 degrees, 31 minutes, and 5 degrees, 1 minute, it's half a degree that they are exact together. And they are in the sign of Sagittarius, which is so righteous. People, and another thing is, I failed to mention this in my other videos, which is, I just realized this. Sagittarius is a sign of religion and people's beliefs about religion. And what was this? This was an attack on the Jewish people trying to celebrate the first day of Hanukkah. It's like, really? That's insane. And that's another thing I keep talking about. We have got some very sick people in the world. Just by the fact that anyone wants to kill another human being, there is mental illness. Absolutely. So my point is, I just wanted to look at this chart and see if there was anything more that we could be looking at in Australia. But it's so amazing. Australia has the most stringent laws on guns. What does this tell us? Well, here's the reality. People can get guns on the markets, the illegal markets. And I've even heard, and you probably know this, that they can sell pieces of the guns where they send them and people can assemble them. People are going to get guns if they really want them. And it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing that people want a weapon that kills. That's my opinion. But looking at this, so in the chart for Australia, Mars, it's natal Mars, not the transiting Mars, sits with K2 in the 6th house. And the 6th house is enemies. Actually, where transiting Mars hit Rahu, in the 12th house, that's a house of secret enemies. They didn't see it coming. It was just a big hit and it happened. And it's always, always about anger. There's so much anger brewing in the world right now. That's why we have these attacks. But most of all, anger coupled with mental illness. It's going to happen. But what's so interesting about Australia's chart is that January and February, there's going to be a big movement of planets in Capricorn crossing over the Mercury, Sun, and the ascendant, if we can take the time that was given here for the country of Australia, which it's a very specific time. It could be correct. And Pluto. So there's going to be transiting, I know, in the sky, where all the planets are going to converge in Capricorn just about. It's going to be Venus, Mars, Sun, Mercury, Pluto, all in Capricorn. But Mars is going to come up and hit Mercury, which means there's going to be like a revolution in the country. People are going to start fighting back, going, what do we do? How do we protect ourselves? And how is our country going to protect us, and why weren't we protected? There's going to be big scrutiny, there's going to be arguments, there's going to be a mass revelation of government and changes. Why? Because Capricorn rules government. Mars transits into Capricorn after it's in Sagittarius. People are angry. People are upset. It's happening all over the world, though. I think the same day there was 2 kids yesterday killed at Brown University. Another attack. Anger. Weapons. Guns. When does it ever stop? It's a good question, which I don't have the answer for. I apologize for that. Astrologers are supposed to know things, but I don't know the answer to that. But what else is interesting is where Rahu and Ketu are in the transiting on the day of the attack. Ketu sits right on the moon in Leo. And K2 is losses, and the moon represents the public and the masses. So you see, there is a Mars transit, and there is a slower moving transit of Rahu and Ketu. My tools for predictions, what I teach my students is this. You must have a slow, long-range aspect, such as Rahu and Ketu, or the outer planets or Saturn or Jupiter occurring. And the faster-moving planet, which is Mars in this case, will trigger it. And 9 times out of 10, if not most all 10 times, Mars is a trigger. And Mars sitting on Rahu, these are 2 malefic planets. Rahu is deadly and Mars is weapons and war. It's in the 12th house of secret enemies, and what I predicted from the world events class was that with Mars going into this sign, Australia needs to be really careful. And I also note that there's another time coming up when Saturn will reach about 19-20 degrees of Pisces, which will be around September 1st, late August, September, that Saturn will be squaring Mars, and transiting Mars will be on their Mars. So there's more to come. This is not an isolated event. People are going to be in an uproar and upset. And this is shaking the country of Australia, where we didn't think this could happen. Because you know what? Essentially, it's happening all over the world. This is a global sense of anger. And it does deal with so many times religion or racism, all of this where we just don't know how to get along. But our beliefs are really at the core essence, isn't it? Beliefs are part of our spiritual religious beliefs. And religion, in terms of it being controlling of people. And if people kill in the name of religion, what kind of spirituality is that? It's not. Spirituality is when we align with our divinity within us and we appreciate and connect with unconditional love. And it's hardly known to the people that want to push their beliefs onto others and kill because someone doesn't believe like them. There is a poison in the air with people's attitudes and feelings. So this is a year that it's got to come up in order for the truth to be assessed. And like I always say, if we have the truth, then we know what we're dealing with and we can work on a remedy and heal it. So with that, I think I'll close. I just wanted you to see what's going on with Australia and how astrology with the transits are always at play and always working. So go to my website, sign up for my free newsletter. You'll get all of my predictions delivered to your email address, as well as check out my Patreon. My Patreon group of people are my spiritual community. We talk every week live. And if you want to know how these transits are affecting you personally, your birth chart, where is Mars hitting your planets, just like I did with the chart of Australia, you want the Galactic Planner. Go to galacticplanner.com. Sign up so that you can be prepared every day for what the planets are doing. And if this has inspired you to learn Vedic astrology, check out my university. We're starting semester 1 again. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.